What's up, lovers? How are you doing today? Today I'm excited as usual, but today I am making a video about 7 tricks to never run out of things to say while you're talking to a bitch. Because I am victim of this. When guys come and talk to me, when they do, they just have nothing to say, and it's and it's a little awkward silence. So today I want to let you know what you need to do to never run out of shit to say and have like the most interesting conversation. And watch, at the end of the day, she's gonna be like, can I have your number? She's gonna be the bitch asking for the number. Yes, let's go. Number 1, when you first see her or you're sitting next to her at the bar, you're already sitting. She's right there, she's by herself. Tell her, what's your story? What's your story is something that people actually love. I am telling you, people what? They love fucking talking, and they love talking about themselves. Like most people, or at least women, usually love talking about themselves. So it's a really great question because she can talk about anything. She can talk about her job. She can talk about her passion. She can talk about where she's from. She can talk about where she grew up, like where she went to school. She can say anything and everything. And it's perfect for you because from what she says, you gather the cues. And like, you're like, okay, I have clue here, one more clue here, one here. And then you can ask a bunch of questions, which is my number 2. What do? You ask question. Obviously, this is not an interrogation. This is not an interview. This is a conversation. So you got to make sure you're not asking too many, and that while you're asking the questions, you are actually also sharing with her some stuff. Like she's going to answer something and you're like, oh, wow, that's so similar to something I've done. And then you start sharing too, and then you go back on something. Like you got to make mental notes. So you got to be really like listening. You got to make mental notes of what she says. And like you go on this, you grab this one, you start talking about that. Then when the conversation dies off a little bit, you go back and take the other thing that she said and you're like, oh, so what's up with this and this? And it is easy. What you need to do, which is my number 3, is you gotta be in the moment. You gotta be in the moment. You gotta be able to like hear what she's saying. You gotta fucking listen. You're asking all these questions, and then when I come up with the fucking pop quiz, you don't know anything I just say. I'm like, yeah, I said that, and you're like, oh, I didn't hear. It was so loud. And then no, it wasn't loud. You were just not listening. You are probably in your head thinking about what's going to be my next question, what's this and that. You need to be able to do both. So make sure you're in the moment, you're really engaging with her, and that you are very much so of a listener. Because yes, bitches are going to talk and they're going to expect you to know what they're talking about. So be ready to listen and pass the pop quiz. Number 4. Find something that you have in common, because you're asking those questions, you're paying attention to what she's fucking saying. So now you gotta find something that you have in common. It's essential. Like, I don't care. I mean, I wouldn't say invent something, make up something. Hopefully with everything she says, like, a lot of people are like similar. So hopefully you find something in what she says that was like, oh damn, me too. So that is perfect, because once you start sharing, when you start having like common interest, it's gonna be so easier to keep the conversation going. Because I am telling you, once you can break the wall of small talk and have like deeper conversation, the bitch is on your dick. It's over. She's gonna be on your dick because she's like, oh my God, we have so much in common. I'm sorry, hopefully they don't all talk like this, but it's hot in here. And yes, so hopefully you guys find some common ground, some common likes, something in common where you're like, okay, you can share something. Because once you start talking about stuff that you guys really care for, it is very easy to have a fucking conversation. You're not even gonna have to think about, okay, what's next? It's like, it's just gonna flow. Number 5, keep learning. You gotta stay up to date with like what's going on in the world. I'm not saying you gotta talk politics or like big stuff, important stuff. I'm not saying that, but you gotta know what's going on, because if she asks you something, you gotta not look like, oh, I've never heard of this. I'm not saying again you gotta watch the news and do all that shit, but have some type of knowledge, because the more you're gonna have knowledge, the more she's gonna look at you and be like, oh my God, you're so interesting. Oh my God, I wouldn't think you would be into that type of shit. Even if she's not into the type of shit you want to talk about, if it's interesting and if it looks like it's kind of like a small topic and she doesn't know about it, she'll be like, tell me about it. Yeah, so what's up with this? Oh my God, I never heard of this. You're gonna be very interesting. Bitches wanna be excited and they wanna be wet and all that type of shit. So yes, do that. Make sure you're knowledgeable on, like, pick maybe 5 topics that you know left and right and you know exactly what you're talking about. It is always attractive. A man who has knowledge is very attractive. Number 6, learn to tell a good story. A good story that actually inspire you to take action. That is the best, you know, like the inspirational type of thing. So the art of telling a story is very important. So just think about a book or about a movie. What do you talk about? You're thinking about the characters, you're talking about the setting, meaning like what's going on, the environment and stuff. You gotta paint a picture. It was a hot sunny day in California and she was at the pool wearing this bathing suit. The bathing suit was going up in her ass. You don't say all of that, but you get the point, right? You gotta paint a picture where she sees exactly what you're talking about. Then the plot, what's going on, what's we're trying to do, you know, like what's interesting. Then the conflict, because obviously there is a plot and then the conflict and there's something going on and you're like, oh my God, what is gonna happen? And then the resolution. Yes, you have to have resolution. This shit cannot end with like, okay, there was a conflict, that's it. No, you gotta have resolution. So make sure when you tell a story, you gotta not take too long, but you cannot have no details. You have to have details for her to be interested in what you're saying, but don't be too long-winded like I am. Like, make it happen, because then you get bored and you're like, okay, I lost interest in the story. You don't want her to lose interest. So make sure you are a good storyteller. So you got to practice for that. And number 7, make sure that your nonverbal communication is on point. You are talking to her. You are interested in her. So there is no arms here. It's arms down. You can lean into her like you're really listening, or you can nod, or even say, not too much because then it's annoying. But you're showing that you are interested, that you are actively listening, and that what she's saying is interesting. Maybe it's not and you gotta fake it, but hey, the bitch needs to feel important. She needs to feel like you're listening to what she's saying. Also, make sure eye contact. She's talking to you. Look at her, talk to her. There is no like, no, what are you doing? She's right here. Talk to her, listen to her, watch her. Also smile. She says something funny, smile. Or even if it's not funny, but like, you know, have like a pleasant face and not like, nobody want to talk to you if you're looking like this, you know? So make sure you have all these 7 tricks, and then watch, she's gonna have a lovely conversation with you, and you're just gonna keep on talking and talking like it's nothing. By the time the bitch likes you, what you're saying is not really gonna matter no more, but you gotta make her interested in you first. So make sure you let her talk, make sure you listen, make sure you show that you're interested in what she's saying, and yeah, and again, make sure you are interesting. Like, that's the biggest thing. If, I don't know, me, a dude can come to the bar and start talking to me, and if what he's saying is interesting, I'm talking. I mean, I'm probably talking regardless, but I'm gonna be like interested in what he's saying, and I'll be like, oh wow, oh that's interesting. Like, nobody ever told me something like that. Like, you know, it's just, you gotta be full of surprises. Bitches love surprises. So yes, so that's all I got for you today. Hopefully that will help you break the ice and have conversation, and don't be stressed. Don't be stressed. That's the biggest thing. Why are you fucking stressed? She's just a bitch, a lady. Hopefully she's a lady. So she's just a lady, and I'm telling you, if she's single, she is willing to actually talk to you, because no bitch, no lady want to be by herself. So again, if you have good conversation, somebody will talk back. I'm telling you, unless she's a bitch, like I've been trying to not say, unless she's a bitch and be like, why are you talking to me? Those bitch, we don't care. Like, she's a bitch, and you keep it moving. But that's it. All right, hopefully you like this video. It's gonna be useful for you. You can like, share, comment, and then you can also follow me on Instagram at MelliLoveXO and at Melli Monaco. Yes. All right, I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. It's been a long time I haven't sing for you. Tomorrow. Goodbye.